Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, characters of all shapes, sizes, denominations, and genders. Welcome to Requested Monday, the show where you decide what I play. And this time, apparently, we couldn't make up our minds because it's a tie vote between Heart of the Machine and Betrayal at Krondor, which is weird. That doesn't normally happen. So I gotta figure out what to do about that. And I think what I'm gonna do about that is consider external factors. Specifically, Heart of the Machine is not a completed game, which is a shame because it's fantastic. It is still in, I want to say, early access. Yes, it's still in early access, which means the game is going to change significantly between now and when it's finished. However, Betrayal at Krondor, completed game. It has been completed forever. And I also kind of want to get it off the voting list. It's been on the voting list for 3 months now. So we're going to play Betrayal at Krondor. If we're not having enough fun playing Betrayal at Krondor, we will instead swap over and play Heart of the Machine towards the end of the month. This is a month with 5 Mondays, which doesn't happen very often, but it's like the third time it's happened this year, so I guess it does happen kind of often. It's like 25%. So we're going to play Betrayal at Krondor. I was going to do a flip for it, but I decided not to because I'm a fool. So let me just update things here. Betrayal at Krondor. It's a book that's a game that's not a book. It's weird. At Krondor. So this is a game that actually got 2 follow-up games, one a spiritual successor and one a true sequel. Betrayal at Antara and Return to Krondor. We'll talk more about the history behind this game in a little bit. But let's boot up yon game, shall we? That's not what I want. This will capture. It is not capturing, so there we go. That'll do. Transform into fit to screen. There we go. This is Betrayal at Krondor. And the first thing that we are going to do is actually restart it. Because there's just a couple of things that I want to point out. Play. I don't know why that's showing up now. You can see my cool Steam list. It's cool. Why would you go to the next available thing? What is wrong with you? What the... Maybe fucking... I hate Steam Labs. I need to get a better screen thing. There we go. Well, now I can't show you, but whatever. It's okay. So this game is based on a series of books by a guy called Raymond E. Feist. See? This guy. He wrote a bunch of books called the Rift War Saga. This takes place between 2 of them specifically. I have never read any of Raymond E. Feist's stuff, and you don't need to in order to enjoy this game. This game is also made by Dynamix, which you can kind of see at the bottom there. Let me get the mouse capture in here. Oh, it is capping. There we go. Dynamix is... I believe at this time it was actually a subsidiary of Sierra, which tells you everything you need to know about that. They made some very interesting games. The ones that I remember specifically are Heart of China, which is an adventure game with some action segments. They made Stellar 7, which is a pure action game. What else did they make? Where's my phone? Dynamix Studio. Oh, not Dynamix Works. Other games that they made: Star Siege, Earth Siege, Red Baron, Red Baron 2. Both of those are more simulator games. Rise of the Dragon, if you've ever heard of that one, they made that. They made the Incredible Machine games, which are fantastic. Outpost and Outpost 2. They made the original Mech Warrior game in 1989. The Adventures of Willie Beamish. They were primarily responsible for Space Quest 5. Aces Over Europe. I mean, they have a storied history. Dynamix is actually a really cool company. You may also notice that the audio sounds a little strange in this one. There's a reason for that. So you can initiate CD music. Which actually does sound better. I don't think I played it with CD music. I think I played it with just the normal music. Into a Dark Night. And this is set up as just a straight up story. It's really cool. Let's just get started. Chapter 1, Into a Dark Night. Oh, the window changed. I don't know why. Blood-soaked rags collected at the boy's feet. One by one, he tended the wincing soldier's purple wounds. Stitched, salved, bandaged, did what little he could in the leaping golden halo of firelight. Fortunately for his roadside patient, he could do more than most. Fingers slick with alum ointment, he worked fervently to tie off a catgut cord, then brushed the injury with a light touch that to the untrained eye would seem only a friendly pat. Others would recognize the telltale hand gesture as a magical ward against infection. Done, Owen sighed, wiping his hand on a rust-colored cloth. No guarantees, though. The stitches may hold all the way to Lamut, and then again, push too hard and you could be bleeding like a stuck pig on midsummers. You did fine, Senior Locklear replied, smiling approval before rolling down his sleeve. A scar, but it's good for a noble's reputation. Lets the kingdom folk know he isn't resting on his laurels, and it impresses the ladies. I'll be sure to look you up in Tyburn if I ever need stitching up again. The boy accepted the compliment with a humble nod while he packaged away the rest of his medical supplies. His thoughts focused instead on a third man who slumped in the shadows across from them. Despite the manacles, that's why I didn't want CD audio, because CD audio is fade out. It doesn't repeat. His thoughts focused instead on a third man who slumped in the shadows across from them. Despite the manacles that bound the stranger's hand and the distance that separated them, the boy felt dreadfully exposed, his avenues of escape limited should Locklear's elven-looking prisoner decide to liberate himself. What did he do? Owen whispered, jerking his head towards the man. Gorath? Let's just say he had the disadvantage of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, Locklear said cautiously. He snatched a greenish apple out of his knapsack, offering one to Owen. I have to take him to Krondor. Did he kill someone? Owen asked. No. He attacked you. The senior wiped apple juice from his mouth, shook his head. No, not exactly. Well, who cut you up then? Before Locklear could reply. Gorath leapt forward, his chains writhing between wrists like metallic vipers. Get out from underfoot, Owen! Assassin in the camp! Do not struggle so, Haseth. I wish to keep you alive. But be glad I do not. The goddess of death will show you greater mercy. Escort Gorath into Krondor. So, this is our sweet-ass party. I have to control this with the keyboard because otherwise I do this and it's really slow. This is our party. We've got Locklear. So this works on, excuse me, this works on Quest for Glory logic. You have skills, and those skills determine your ability to successfully do something. Defense is how much damage you can block, accuracy with crossbows, accuracy with melee, accuracy with casting. Assessment, which is determining the value of something. Armorcraft, which is repairing armor. Weaponcraft, which is repairing weapons. Barding, which is singing. Haggling, which is haggling. Lockpicking, scouting, and stealth. For Locklear here, we're going to want him to have good defense and good accuracy melee. You can this is choosing what they focus on. You can focus on everything, or no, you can focus on up to 4 things. I want him to do weaponcraft as well. All right. Owen has magic. So we want him to have good accuracy with casting. We want him to learn how to bard for reasons. Stealth and defense. And then Gorath, who has a speed of 3, 4, 4, and 3. He's got strength of 25. That's insane. Accuracy melee. Armorcraft. Stealth. And defense. Okay. So we don't have anybody working on Armorcraft, but that's okay. Locklear has a strength of 17. Owen has a strength of 12. He only has a couple of spells. Despair Thine Eyes. Whoop. Apparently we can't look at those. Cool. The writing in this game is phenomenal and ridiculous. Slicing the air with the weapon, Locklear made a few passes at an imaginary foe. Though the sword was not the most remarkable he had ever held, it would serve well enough if he found himself in a sword battle. This is a broadsword. Condition is 98%, which means that it does most of its damage. Accuracy for a thrust and base damage. Basically, if you swing, you're going to do some good damage, but you're going to have a harder time hitting. And if you thrust, you're going to hit easier. You can see what the armor is. The only thing you need to know about the armor is that it gives you 15% armor mod. Owen doesn't have armor. He instead just has a staff, which sucks. Gorath also has a sword and armor. We've all got rations, which is just, good food. And restoratives. So those are healing potions. Owen also has healing packs, which increase your healing speed, and a couple of torches. And we have a single peasant's key. The rough flashing that remained around the edges of the key further suggested the key had been only one of several hundred keys made. We'll talk more about keys later. Gorath checked the corpse. No sense being squeamish, he said, rifling through a rucksack that lay next to the body. Supplies are supplies wherever you find them. This fellow won't be needing them anymore. And yeah, we'll give you the lockpicks for now. Okay. So, this is the local map. We are now facing south, so this arrow points south. This is the world map. This is Mid-Chemia, which is the Krondor region of the world, I guess. Krondor is here. We're way up here. We have a couple of options for how we can go. We can go north to Yabon, and then Tirsog, L'Oreal, Hawks Hollow, Egley, Tanners, and then down to Krondor. We can go all the way around, or we can go straight there. I'm not sure which way I want to go. Which way should I go? Do you guys want to see more, or do you want to get on with the story? Because both are acceptable answers. While you're thinking about that... Whoop, wrong button. How do I... There we go. And... Just because... Krondor burninating the thatch roof cottages. So yeah, this is the movement speed. Gorath seemed distant, though the Moradel warrior didn't appear grieved about killing the assassin that followed them from the Northlands. His eyes had a baleful look in them that seemed something between hatred and rage. Several times he glanced back at the corpse that lay behind them in the dust, his thoughts unguessable from his expression. Do you wish to bury him? We could do that. It is not our way. I simply am somewhat disturbed that he should come after me. He was a kinsman. There are other things that trouble me as well. Delacan's assistants are slow, but not altogether stupid. Another like a Heseth, and you'll only have my corpse to drag before your Prince of Rutha. Sorry, you don't get off that easy. Not as long as you're under my command, as long as you're under my command, you are forbidden to die, Moradel. I've gone to far too much trouble keeping you alive to bury you now. It's time we took the chains off you. It'll be far easier for you to defend yourself if your hands are free to swing the sword again. You're not just going to set him free, are you? I thought you said he was your prisoner. He is my prisoner, Owen, but the circumstances are terribly complicated. Even if he chose to sneak off, he'd be lucky to make it to the next town alive. This is the third such assassin we've run into since we left the Northlands. And I have a feeling that more will be waiting for us. He'll be much safer with me and I with him. As the boy would be. If he were to whisper the wrong word in the wrong ear, he could easily be the death of us. Me? Who am I going to talk to? I'm not even heading the same direction. It'd be easier if... It isn't a matter of who you talk to, Owen. There would be ears listening for word of a Moradel traveling with a noble. Damnation. Should have thought about this when you entered camp. For the time being, you're my squire. Once we arrive safely at the palace, you'll be free to go in your own way. But I have pressing business in Tyburn. This is not a subject for debate. We must get to Krondor. My mission is of critical importance and I don't have the time to improvise an easy solution. The only other possible option would be to slit your throat and leave you die. I have absolutely no desire to do that. Now let's get moving before Delacan's assassins catch our scent again. They'll likely come looking when Seth doesn't return from his mission. Cool. I am going to turn off the CD music. Because I reading all this stuff out. So you can actually follow the road. It's a nice little feature. Alright, so we can go south on the direct route, which we are going to do for now. And then we are going to turn around and go north. Wait, where is Tyburn, actually, now that I think about it? I don't think Tyburn is on this map. Sethanon, Egli, L'Oreal, Yabon, Lamutzun, Sarth, Krondor. Yeah, Tyburn is not on this map. We can't get through these mountains here. This is Moradel land. So Raglan, Wyke, Cairn, Sarsargoth, Harlech, and Armengar. We can't go there. We also can't get to Caldara, which is probably fine. Saw that. Rough in its construction and banded with iron, the Moradel box would be impossible to open without solving its word lock, and judging by the marks on the face of the chest, others had learned that lesson after much difficulty. Gorath scanned the runes embossed on the Moradel clue plate, its text their only hope of opening the difficult word lock. Prince Arutha from his lofty perch will find our troops without a search. His men will fall, his castle too, and then what will Prince Arutha do? Well, probably die. The chest thumped. Satisfied the magical locks had released, Locklear tipped open the large wooden lid. And we get some armor in good shape and a sword in shape. Yeah. Put that on Locklear. Swap that over to you. Put that on because it's in a little better shape. Alright. So, Gorath is... Oh. Someone was calling. Recognizing the lilt of the young voice, Owen turned and looked back down the road. A young squire that he had met at a party in Yabon was trudging behind them, a pack full of scrolls slung over his shoulder. The squire waved congenially, and Owen echoed the motion. What do you think you're doing? We're trying to remain unnoticed. Damn. Locklear muttered under his breath. Try to behave as normally as possible. Since you know him, you handle him, Owen. And remember, Gorath's name is Thorgath, Owen finished irritated. Not a child, you know. Locklear whispered. That remains to be seen. Didn't expect to see you quite again so soon. I would have thought you all the way to Lamut by now. Would have been if the Duchess hadn't insisted on introducing me to all of her daughters. Amelia was the prettiest, I believe, though I think Catherine took quite a liking to you. Catherine took a liking to everybody at the party. She's as fickle as her mother. She'll likely marry a Condoin if she can find one that's not tied in a marital knot. True enough. Say, I thought you were from Tyburn? Why are you taking this route home? Kind of a long way around, isn't it? Well, yes, but I had to meet up with my Uncle Locklear here. My other friend here is an elf, Thorgath. They decided it would be nice for me to take the tour with them down to Hawks Hollow. I hear it's celebrated this time of year. What are you up to? I'm looking to cash in on a reward, actually. When I was on my way up to Yabon last month, I found a chest in this area, but I couldn't pick the lock on the thing. Figured it wasn't meant to be, and I left off. Thing is, all through the Duchess party, I couldn't help but think about it. I had a chest on the brain. Don't we all, buddy? I don't really care what's in it, but I have to pick that lock. I'm afraid my senses of direction and distance are a bit off right now. We've had a bit to drink last night, and we're still trying to shake off the effects. Which way is the nearest place we could get cleaned up? Must have been quite a bender if you're that confused. Head straight south along the main road, and that will take you into Lamut. If you're looking for a good place, the Blue Wheel is a solid wager, though I'll warn you their Serrani food can be a bit spicy. Any good inns? There's the Blue Wheel Inn in Lamut, or you might try the Dusty Dwarf in Hawks Hollow. Suppose if you got really desperate, you could try breaking into one of the abandoned houses out in that part of the country, but I can't sleep well in a house that may fall on top of me. Of course, it may well be that the people have moved out for good reasons. I've heard that several people south of Lorio moved out after contagion began spreading near there. Is there anything left behind in any of those abandoned houses you saw? Nothing of real value. Bits of food and a few cupboards, an occasional gold piece kicked beneath the foundation. Lost items, mainly. The majority of the places I visited had those unpickable locks. What are they called? Weber locks, yes. They had the Weber locks installed, and so I wasn't able to get inside. I may have mislaid a valuable belonging of mine. I wouldn't worry about it. Depending on where you lost it, chances are good it will still be there. AKA, if you drop something important, it'll show up in the world and then you can grab it. Alright, I need to know about this chest that he said that he found. Because if he can't pick the lock, I'm gonna. Oh. Haha. It appears to be locked. Shall we try to open it? Yes. Let's see. Okay. Try the key. Nope. Have to try another key or pick it. Okay. Lock. Oh, okay. I believe Locklear has the highest lock picking right now at 25, 5, 15. Yep. Haha! The lock was simple. As the old saying goes, locks are for children and fools, Locklear said. After a few seconds, he flipped the pick locks into the air and caught them again. I am no fool. Better armor, and a sweet little shell. Shades of blue and alabaster chased around with... Not entirely unique. They were sometimes collected and sold by poor peasants. Alright. Swap out your armor for that. You just had to pick that lock. Well, it's a shame, buddy. I already picked it. So... Ooh, what's this? Hole's not big enough to put a man in, so it's safe to assume it isn't a grave. Might be a secret cache of food or supplies. Let's take a look. Ooh, food. What is this? Adventurine. Working the mouth of the oilskin, Gorath poured out a small portion of the gold-flecked lacquer into his palm and examined it. Named after a type of impure brown glass common in Rillanon, it was an ideal resin to use on crossbow strings when they began to lose their adhesion. Crossbows also need to be repaired. So, everything needs to be repaired. The more you use stuff, the more likely it is to break. Get used to it. Alright. So this gets us to Lamut. Right? Yep. you think we should go in for supplies? Yes. Whoop. In many ways, the town looked like something created on an alcoholic binge. Rude dwarven shacks smashed up against delicate elven shops, while weird Serrani taverns grew from a press of kingdom-style dwellings. A sign outside the city gate had summed it up well. All who visit Lamut are equal, for in Lamut, all is equally queer. The Fletcher's Post. The Lamutian Garrison. The Blue Wheel Inn. 8 gold. 22 sovereigns and 3 royals. Got it. Fletcher's Post had been constructed with elven sensibilities. Within and without, little if anything had been used in a manner that could be called scurrilous, and certainly nothing was merely decorative. Along the walls, the shop's array of arrows and other archery goods were finely displayed, and each thing seemed precisely in its place. So, broadsword, light crossbow. Okay, so wait. 13 gold and 2 silver. What do I have? Okay. Silver royals to golden sovereign. So I have 22 gold, 3 silver. That took longer than it should have to figure out. Oh ho ho, this game? Yes, indeed, this game. Eyes of the Shop spell. Kalim's Dialectic. Okay. Weed Walkers. Okay, don't know what that does. This is a stylish symbol of masculinity. So, the Moradel are kind of, but not quite, dark elves. Elves cannot grow beards in this universe. However, dark elves, or Moradel, can. So, Gorath is immediately identifiable as a Moradel because he is an elf with a beard, which is somewhat dangerous. Sure. And 3 sovereigns and a royal. Okay. Doesn't really have anything else that I can buy. Oh, a light crossbow costs 55 gold, and an elven crossbow costs 797. Jesus Christ. You also can't tell how good it is. Trying to find out if my mender is still about. You have a tinker? He repairs crossbows. No, I don't need him. Let's go to the inn. Ooh, let's bard! Owen struggled with the lute. As soon as he had begun to play, he felt it was not so much playing a song as he was wrestling a beast at that 100 times its size. Numerous times the song eluded him, slipped out of his reach, only to fall into an obscure pit of noise. Out, out, out! The tavern keeper urged, yanking the lute from Owen's hands. Be glad this crowd isn't in a worse mood. Give him time to calm down and then you can come back, but only if you're coming back for food. Has one of the best stories of all time. I don't know about best stories of all time. I think this has a very good story. Sorry, I'm drinking a drink here. Sumani clapped twice. Abruptly, the festive mood of the room died, the clank of goblets and the scrape of plates falling silent as the bartender shuffled between benches to bow at Locklear's feet. Touching a gnarled fist to his forehead, then his heart, he spoke somberly. Be welcome to the Blue Wheel Inn. May you find the drinks to your liking and the company of our patrons pleasurable. If there is anything our servants or I may do, you need only ask Sumani. Ah, honors to your house as well, Sumani. Am I correct in believing this is a drinking establishment? So it is. We serve many of your Midkemian drinks as well as a few of the Suranuani Empire as well. perhaps I might interest you in a cup of choka. Why did you decide to come to Midkemi and open an inn, anyway? Surely you would get better business on Kelawon. I was not always a tavern keeper. As a soldier serving House Shinzawai under Earl Kasumi, I was trapped here when the Rift Gate was collapsed at the end of the Rift War. It was our belief that we would never again see our families in Suranuani or the green skies of Kelawon again. But Surani warriors traditionally kill themselves if they are in danger of falling captive to an enemy. This is true, Lord, but the Earl informed us that we were forbidden to dispatch ourselves until given leave to do so by a Great One. I believe in Midkemia you call such a one a magician. Until such a time, I content myself with running the Blue Wheel Inn. Huh. I've heard that the permanent rift gate to Kelawon is located near here. I was hoping you would get a glimpse of it. There would be little to see at the moment. An internal conflict has arisen in the Empire between House Akoma and House Anasati. The Assembly of Magicians have ordered a temporary interruption of transport between the Empire and the Kingdom of the Isles, until such time the conflict is resolved. I have been assured the measure is temporary. Huh. Said you were a soldier in the Surani forces. Would you be interested in teaching us some of your combat techniques? It would be an honor, my lord, but I require a small fee for my services. If my armor were to be damaged, I would be ill-prepared otherwise to pay for its repair. 75 sovereigns? Nah. Fuck off. Any idea where we can get it repaired? I think the dwarves and the Macmordain Cadal could be of assistance. I understand from speaking to Dubal that the small ones are gifted. Okay. Thank you for your services, Sumani. You have a wonderful establishment. It's very Surani. Your patronage honors us. Goodbye. I promise if I'm ever in Lamut again, I'll be sure to drop in for a bit of something to eat. Alright. The dwarf drew on his pipe. Languid smoke plumed from the old codger's mouth as he studied Locklear, Owen, and Gorath each in turn. Although he had long ago lost the use of his left eye to a Mordel sword strike, his right eye still burned brightly beneath his bushy eyebrows. Being as a dwarf never forgets as much as his own name, I can recognize a strapping young man before me who last I saw was a boy. No slight intended, but I fear I don't recall the occasion. As like the rest of your human kin. None among you can remember as much past a week. Not for we canny dwarves. I can't do a Scottish accent, I apologize. You would have forgotten that you have a kingdom at all. I fetched you out of a cellar along with a score of womenfolk at the Battle of Sethanon. Don't you remember me, Lockie? Dubal, of course. Glad to see you. Hadn't recognized you without the eye patch. Oh, it's a dwarf to do. I won this scratch fair and square, and I'll be Dragon's mother before I cover it up again. Shouldn't have done so in the first place. Now I just sit here to jabber with that loon of a Serrani bartender, and add me a few beers. Not much to do with the Macmordain Cadal all collapsed. A Braknur has been seen down there. I'll be offering a hefty reward for its slaying, almighty if tradition holds, too. Something of a challenge to their fierce beasties, even by Dwarven standards. I've heard tales of these creatures of stone. Thank you, Dubal. She will sell booze, Quegian brandy, Quegian, and then rations. Alright, loot it up. Blah, blah, blah. May have absconded a valuable ruby from Makala's entourage. A valuable ruby, you say. Got it. There. The party's barding skill is increased. Sweet. Whoop, wrong person. 42! Damn, that's actually really good. It's gone up quite a bit. Alright. Now that we have successfully visited Lamut, we're gonna go north. Oh man, night falls. Owen raised a finger to his lips. Sensing that someone or something was nearby, he used the agreed-upon sign that caution was called for. They steeled themselves for combat, their nerves wound tight like springs. Abruptly, a figure emerged into the open before them. Squire Philip! Owen! What a, surprise. Alright, cool. See you later. dingus. Alright, so that road leads to where we started the game. What's this? Yeah, bon. Yeah, bon. Especially we move through town as quickly as possible. I left a wedding party here not too long ago, and it might raise unpleasant questions if I were seen here again. We may need supplies. And there's a shop here called the Crossroads where we might be able to pick up a few things. Otherwise, we should be cautious. So yeah, not all towns are like painted locales. No. Damn it. It's closed. Alright, can't go in there. Oop. This is my aunt's house. As much as I would love to enjoy the opportunity to explain why I'm traveling with Mordell, I think we should leave. That's fair. Doesn't seem that anybody's about. Yeah, let's try and get in here. Eh. I don't know if that means that we can't open it. Nice. 26. It's gone up by 1%. Okay, so we need rest. So we shall rest until morning. Hey, look. Now we're all rested. That does consume food. So there is a limited amount of that you can do unless you get money. Trying to see if I saw something over here. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I haven't played this game in probably 20 years. So if you're looking for somebody that can tell you all the ins and outs of this game, I ain't that person. But I do know a few things. The building creaked in a way that made Locklear nervous. You stay out here, he told Owen. Something doesn't feel right about this place. I'm going in to have a look around. When he turned a minute later, he had a grim look on his face. What'd you find? There was an open chest lying on an empty work table, looking as though it had been ringed with a system of tripwires and flints. Contents were no doubt explosive. Someone's been up to no good, and we best leave before they get back. Noted for later. We're going to head to Tearsog. Why not? You play it every few years? I mean, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. There are a couple of games that I do that with, but I honestly have not played this game in a very long time. Which, not because it's bad, just because I haven't. Alright. In all the world, none can compare to this tiny weaver, his deadly cloth so silky and fair. That would be a spider. Some more armor. 46 royals. A shell. And some more lockpicks. Yes, Mal, thank you. I do know how to do puzzles, thank you. I am something of a riddle expert. It's not true. Not even remotely a riddle expert. Locklear swallowed hard. With his heart pounding in his chest, he watched the enemy creep closer. Fighting the urge to turn around and run like hell, he forced himself to remain calm, forced himself to show no fear, despite the feelings of near panic that threatened to overwhelm him. I know. Assassins. So this is the combat system. It's very simple. You slide around. There's nothing wrong with that. I adore this combat system. Oh. Damn. Jerk. So Owen has this great spell called Despair Thy Eyes, which costs him 2 stamina to use and blinds a target, which prevents them from doing anything. Also makes it easier to hit them, generally speaking. Despair Thy Eyes. It's a super cheap spell that is just good for the rest of the game. It's ridiculous how good it is. Does he have any other spells? Invitation. Pulls targets forward. Transfers health or stamina. Got it. Raw. Ha! Miss. Victory! He was alive. Unsure whether it was skill or luck that had won them the fight, Locklear set aside his weapon, though he allowed his dead opponent a wide berth while he checked on Gorath's welfare. He needed no further excitement for the day. Some more armor and a sword. How did our gear come through there? Mostly okay. Swap that out. Sweet. And then more armor, another sword, and rations to share with everybody. I'm not going to go all... Okay, so... I Will Be Back is talking about this. Hold on. This is the forest. If you go all the way around the forest, you will be super powerful by the end of the first chapter. We're not going to do that. We're going to go to Tirsog, L'Oreal, Hawks Hollow, and then probably back up to Zune, Quester's View, Sarth, Krondor. Because as much fun as it is to be super overpowered in the game, there's only one skill that's important in this game, and that's barding. Become a good bard, and you will have all the money you need. Nothing over there. Just keeping an eye out for anything unusual, like a house. Oh, hello. They agreed to attack. Going over the plan as quickly as possible, Locklear laid out a simple strategy. We're set then. Let's just hope our advance is undetected, or our advantage will be lost. Fine then. We shall do this the hard way. It's just the one dude. He's just a little guy. Stab. Stab. Ow. Well, guess what, sir? It's time to despair thy eyes. I think I actually need to change the cycle count on this. DOSBox. Bitch. Feeling a bit like a vulture, he turned the body this way and that as he searched for anything that might be of use to them on their journey. After all, he supposed that if he were the dead man, it wouldn't matter to him any longer what happened to his belongings. Another sword in good condition, a key, and armor. We could put Owen in armor. There's really no reason to. If he's in melee combat, shit has gone bad. The face of the door was covered with a pattern, a strange semicircle formed of oily black smudges that joined at the iron door latch. On closer examination, it seemed that the smudges were actually fingerprints of some kind. I really should have that cleaned, I suppose. Locklear jerked upright at the sound of the gruff voice. Patting from around the corner of the house, a balding man stopped next to Owen and held up a palm stained with black ink. Scribe tends to make quite a mess. Occupational hazard. Scribe. Among other things, he said, currently I have accepted a commission on behalf of a traveling merchant to do a survey of all the mercantile boxes in the area. He cast a knowing look at Gorath. Perhaps he would be interested in helping. And what would we profit of it? Gorath said quietly. Information, the scribe replied. I've acquired a book I think you'll find very interesting. There's a box just west of Hawk's Hollow on the southern side of a small hill. Find what's in that box, and I'll give you the book. Now leave me. I have much work to do. So, Hawk's Hollow. So that is a side quest that is never marked in the game. To the west of Hawk's Hollow. So, right around here. And then he wants us to come back here and tell him what's in it. Okay. This is also one of those games that doesn't actually have random encounters. Speaking of... Nobody's skills have gone up. Really. Shame. Okay. Side quests are not marked in this game. You either remember them and write them down, or fuck off. Oh, shit. Well, I don't know what's going on, but, just spare thy eyes, bitch. Oh, that's what assessment is. You don't want to step between the staffs. I don't remember why. I do remember that you don't want to do it. Seriously. Despair thy eyes. Amazing. Oh, and it always works. If they have eyes, they will always be blinded. Okay, and now we need to go... Whoop. Whoop. Yeah. So basically, that's like a trap battle. Oh. A Moradel Lamprey, you say? So, a universal weapon, as a universal weapon, the Moradel Lamprey was poor. Imperfect balance, wedded to the weapon's unwieldy weight, made it classically difficult to control in close quarters and challenging for the shorter-limbed kingdom soldiers to use. But if you are an elf, you get bonuses. What is this? A Moradel Brooch. By the look of it, the malachite and silver brooch had been meant to be a cloak fastener or a setting for a part of a larger piece of jewelry. Crude by kingdom standards, the Moradel brooch could still demand a reasonable price in the right shops. So, the broadsword is, if you are human, 0 strength, plus 7 strength, 10 skill, minus 5 skill. For the lamprey, it's 3 strength, 15 strength, 5 skill, minus 5 skill. It's more damage. And we like damage. So. Ooh, wheat. The corn was too young. Eating this would just make us sick. Oh, that's a shame. Night fell like a bad PowerPoint presentation. So, scouting determines how far on the map you can see enemies. And stealth determines whether you can take them by surprise. 300 pounds of madman answered the door. The greasy-looking father said to himself, sizing up Locklear in a single glance. Should have known that some kind of stranger had to be responsible. For what? Locklear prompted. Don't play stupid. Been keeping me up the last 10 nights with those rackets to the west. Locklear shook his head. I'm afraid there's been a mistake, really. We'll be leaving you alone now. Rackets to the west, you say? At night, you say? Oh, it must be that dude. It was a trap. Gotcha. All right, let's sleep until morning. We just ate rations, and we're good to go. This game is needlessly complex, and I love it. Where are we? We're almost to Tearsog. Get on the boat. Hello? Pull Dudding. No one knew when he came or when he went. No, let's not dig up graves. In the woods was the Haddadi woman. Water took her to the deeps. Sweet. Algus Soggin, another helping, put him 6 feet under. Cool. I ain't gonna dig up graves just for the giggles. I can't think of a reason why that would be a good idea. I think this game came out in 94. And it's needlessly complex and endlessly fun. Just to find ways that you can break it and have fun with it. So this is Tearsog. Nope, nobody in there. This is a shop. The Three Hillmen Pawn. A practice loot. I need that. Ring of Krondor. I think that casts a light spell. Peasant's Key, Gilder's Pass Key. Armorer's Hammer lets you hammer your armor back into shape. Some picklocks for just a frankly ridiculous amount of money. Whetstone to sharpen your sword. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. What? How about the sword? What? How about this shell? Okay. How about this brooch? 37 cents. I have no use for such an item. Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. I would like that whetstone. Let's haggle. Did I get it? I did not get it. Okay. Apparently I suck at haggling. Give me that practice loot. Haggle? 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 Okay. Cool. Haggle? Why, yes, I can continue doing this as much as I want. Why do you ask? Haggle? Ooh, he didn't stop offering it, though. Oh. I actually kind of need that whetstone. Welcome to grinding. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a good price for a whetstone, but, you know, if I can use it to train my scroll. Haggle? No. Haggle? Haggle? The shopkeeper is such a dick. He gave me a 10% discount on the loot. Never again. Alright, one more time. Alright, now I'll just buy it. It's fine. Thank you. Alright. Not what I wanted. Alright, who has the best weapon crafting? 45, 17, 52. Gorath does. So, Gorath gets this. It's as good a repair as he was able to give it. Hand that over. Hand that back. Now, you might be sitting here going, why are you repairing these things? One, it gives you more money when you sell them. And two, it trains up weapon crafting. Also an important consideration. In the hands of a jongleur, the lute was often a pleasure to him, but now that the instrument was in his hands, he wasn't certain it wasn't a deadly weapon. Even if he learned to master it, his repertoire of songs was frightfully limited. At least you could say he was learning, and then, yeah, it's just... grinding. Every time he played this single tune, he knew. How is your barding going? 45? Not bad. 45% is... Ooh, that sounded pretty good. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh. I just love the fucking hilarity. This is going to pay dividends, trust me. How we doing? 50%? Okay. Down to 3 uses. Best 27 bucks I ever spent. Yay. Up to what? 53? Okay. Yeah, skills increase very slowly in this game. My husband Ethan's just taken off on another of his scavenging trips for the 3 Hillmen, and I need to watch the place for him. He's always coming back with heaping armfuls of stuff that people have lost or just dropped places. Come by sometime. Yeah, I know. Ooh. I will take 6 bolts, please. They entered a cheery common room. As if grown from the floorboards themselves, a middle-aged man appeared on the spot, and he showed them to a table set next to a roaring hearth. Geoffrey, owner of this tavern, he said with a pleasant smile, might I interest you in some food today? Splendid, what would you like? So, days rations are more expensive, I believe, but last longer or are more filling. One or the other. Cool. I have plenty of actual travel rations right now. I don't need to worry about that. Oh. What? A horned sound in the Inclindel. Immediately, several additional notes echoed the first, passed on down the bend of the canyon while shadows began to appear along the length of the defile. Rising up from behind rocks and out of ditches, a dozen scattered men responded to the call to arms. Appearing at the mouth of a previously unnoticed cave, a 40-ish looking gentleman lumbered down from his hiding, and seeing that his guards weren't needed, he whistled for their dismissal. Well, I didn't expect to see you back this way so soon, senor. I actually wondered if you were going to make it any place at all, cut up like you were. Where's your company, Lieutenant Finn? Why weren't they standing guard in this pass? With all due respect, senor, we're digging ourselves out of a pretty mess presently. Not long after you and the Moradel trounced through here, a white screamer came up out of nowhere, worst snowstorm I've seen in 16 years. 10 miles on down the dell, the pass is buried under 5 feet of snow. I've sent out guards to help out forward positions, but I'm not positive they can do much. Kind of like lighting your pipe under the bit of sea. There's no way to get through the Inclindale at all? Not unless you're a snow-burrowing mole or a fire drake, no sir. Whatever may be in the Northlands or in the Kingdom, they've got a long way on weight on their hands if they need to get down this road. Well, that's it then. We'll have to turn back. Take care, Lieutenant. So, we cannot go this way, which is fine, because that goes up into Moradel lands, and we definitely don't want to do that. Yeah. Oh, right. Sleepy times. Sleep until then. Cool. And before I forget, wandering the world. What is this? I believe. Huh. It's a quick save option. Disguised as a bookmark option. That's kind of cool. So we could keep going to the west. And if we did go to the west, we would get to Elk Point, High Castle, Wolfram, all those places. We're not going to bother with that. Oh, and if you're looking on this map, the blue places are like actual cities that you can stop in, like Lamut. The brown places are, you see the buildings on the map and you click on each one individually. Kind of a cool little thing there. I saw something. Did I see something? Thought I saw something. Doesn't appear to be anything over there, but... Oh! We're under attack from Moradel assassins. That was weird. Despair thy eyes! I stab at thee! I destroy thee. Uh-oh. Where's that guy going? That guy just fucked off. Huh. Despair thy eyes! Oh, that guy's fucking off too. No escapes. Best spell in the game. Oh, no, he fucked off. Well, at least we didn't take any damage. So there's that. And he had another one of these swords. Nope. Share with party. To Locklear. Cool. Alright. Back onto the bridge. Yeah. Oh. I see you. Ah, they've seen us. Oh, are these the guys that ran away? Because that would be awesome. Oh. The one thing you absolutely don't want to have happen in this game is for somebody to go down in battle, because then they will be combat ineffective for fucking days. It's really bad, and it's going to happen at some point. Damn it. Up. Whoops, wrong button. That was a misclick. Oh, that was an interesting sound. Stab. No, okay. Stab. Damn it. Stab. I said stab. There we go. Heal. 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 Stab. Heal. Heal. Stab. No escape. There we go. Hey! Yeah, skills go up generally pretty slow in this game. 13 sovereigns? Hell yeah. Or, yeah, sovereigns. What about the other guy? More rations. Share with party. We can find somebody to buy all this stuff. We'll be in the money. There might be something over here. There is something over here. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Incense swirled. Striding between the columns of the temple, Locklear made for the heavy wooden doors, which had been sealed against the daylight and which preserved the privacy of any ceremonies in progress. Pulling a tasseled rope which hung next to the door, he waited with the response of the door warden. Cool. The design was odd. I see the mandala interests you. Turning, Locklear noticed a thin young man standing in the archway, his hands hidden in the folds of his robe. While the relations between the temples and this new Academy of Magic at Stardock have been cool, it's one of the treasures they have passed on with the Serani magic. It's given us great mobility. Mobility? Locklear asked. How can a painting help you move? Be easier to explain by example. Tell me about a place you are familiar with, a place where you spend a good deal of time. Locklear shrugged, describing the place he had grown up, the layout of the rooms, the various things associated with his home. Very good, the man replied. As you describe those things to me, doubtless you have also experienced certain memories through which you are able to relive your past. In the same way, these mandalas help us to locate a place. By memorizing the pattern painted on the wall of a specific temple, we may will ourselves there. I could think my way home with this? No, the memory of your home would be too unfocused for you to make the attempt. But if you were to memorize this pattern, you could return here by recalling its image in your mind when assisted by the power of another temple. I assume there would be some fee associated with moving between locations. Yes. Okay, so now that we have seen this, we can teleport here if we find another temple. Anything in here? Travelers, let us talk a while. I enjoyed this. Where was the interesting statue again that you mentioned? The Oracle in the hills to the east of Malek's Cross. Perhaps your journeys will take you there soon. Okay. East of Malek's Cross. Where's that? Egley, Sethanon, Leighton, Malek's Cross. East of Malek's Cross, so over here-ish. Good to know. Our travels will not take us there anytime soon. I see you, road. Where do you go? What secrets do you hide? Is it getting to be nighttime already? Jesus Christ. Crubs. Alright. Sleep until just before dawn. We're not yet running low on rations. We got 9 there. 10 there. 9 there. And... oh, spoiled rations. Trash. It could not be eaten. Forgot that those things failed. So day rations will last less time, but fill you up more. So, I believe that's how that works. L'Oreal. Doors only open from midday to midnight. Okay, good to know. Ooh, a shop. Kingdom goods. Do you want some of my sweet-ass two-handed broadsword for 157 gold? Fuck! Clerical oilcloth. What does that do? Best known for its magical effects when smeared on edged weapons or on armor. Strategies of trading. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. Done. He doesn't want that. Do, 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 do. 3 sovereigns, 3 royals. 3 sovereigns and 1 royal. 2 sovereigns, 5 royals. Whoop. 5 sovereigns and 2 royals, and 3 sovereigns, 3 royals. Alright, we have 107 sovereigns. It does have a whetstone, which is nice. Haggle. 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 Fine, give me the fucking hammer. Thank you. An ale cask. Keshian ale. Haggle. Reduce the price by 1 royal. Cool. Thanks, my dude. It's a shame I can't afford to buy that broadsword, but you know. Da, da, da. Do, do, do. 92. Give this to Gorath. 91. Give this to Owen, who doesn't really need the experience, but he increased it by 4. Cool. Well, good news, everybody. We sold all of our shit. Everyone here is fine, folks. I'll accept Michelle the healer. I hope you're not planning to visit her. She's a snake. Told me I was going to die. You know what? I got better. I felt horrible enough for 3 to 4 days and thought I was going to die, but no, I made it through alive. I think she and Orno the Pale have some kind of deal. He's giving them some kind of contagion. She's administering some kind of phony medicine. It's indecent. Interesting. Doesn't seem that anybody's about. Wow, this town sucks. I'm going back for that tavern in a second, though, I'll tell you what. Where the fuck am I? I'm so confused. All these hills look the same. That was me running into a thing and making it explode. It's fine. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. That's not good. Ding. You know what sounds really good to me, buddy? How about if you despair thy eyes? Bitch. Get eyes despaired. Heal. Stab. It's incredibly rude, sir. So, stamina comes back very quickly. Health, not so much. Also, as you lose health, you lose effectiveness. Your skills basically go down. Bitches get stitches. Doop. These are spoiled. Don't care. I gotta remember to start checking that. No wonder they were so desperate to kill us. They needed food. Money! More money! A sword and some armor. These spoiled? Damn it. Yay! And then we go back north. And go back to the shop. Hey, how much money do you actually have, sir? Because I have more shit to sell you. Cool. So in addition to actually getting a better price for stuff that's in good condition, it also trains up your skills so that you get better at restoring the condition of things. So it's like win-win-win, you know? Shopkeeper gets some shit they don't have to repair. I get more money. And skill. Whoop, wrong button. What? What? Fucking what? Caster can sense trapped chests. I did not know about that one. Alright, past the scene of our most recent act of inconspicuous carnage. Looks like there's something there. Let's go see what it is. Piece of paper dangled from the doorknob. At all costs, travelers should avoid contact with Orno, widely known as Orno the Pale, Owen read aloud. A contagion of unknown proportions has already led to the illness of 3 people. Avoid any contact with. The door swung open. Him. Owen straightened himself as a haggard-looking man in his mid-20s appeared in the doorway, his face covered with a bloody handkerchief. You are Orno? He wheezed through his handkerchief. And you're on my doorstep. Get away before you get yourselves infected. What's wrong with you? Man shook his head. Don't know. Doctors don't know. Priests don't know. Nobody knows. Only person that survived is Michelle the Healers, but she's a ways off in L'Oreal. I see. Well, we'll be off now. Sorry to bother you. Man nodded. I'm sure you will be. I'm sure of it. No one wishes to speak of it. Seeing the glazed look in each other's eyes and sickly pallor each had begun to exhibit, it was more than obvious that they had fallen prey to a virulent plague. Silently, Locklear hoped they would reach a temple soon, before they all died of it. Cool. I'm glad talking to that man gave us horrible disease. Yes, I know we need rest. We're also plagued. I don't know what that means. Wait, this is also a shop? I didn't realize that. Yes, I know we need rest. We also need to get to a temple before we die of horrible disease. Fine. Where was that temple? Right over there. Cool. Cool. Important missions for the kingdom? Whatever. I need a healer. "19 sovereigns. And I basically have to fucking do it. Fucking goddamn. Ugh. We're all so horribly tired and wounded. Yes, the plague can kill you, and it's horrible when it does, because there's nothing you can do about it. I'm Kiefer Alescook. Have you come to buy or sell some gems? He questioned in a frail voice. Locklear moved closer to the door, looking for a ruby that may have been stolen by a group of grey warriors. Have you purchased any gemstones from such men? I don't know what you're talking about, the man said quickly. I don't buy stolen merchandise. I tried talking to a fellow I ran into north of Hawks Hollow about. Name's Isaac, if I recall. Man looked around nervously. I'm not open for business right now. You'll have to come back later. Okay. Alright. So now what we're going to do is... How do I use this? It would at least speed his healing. There we go. Double click. Alright. Then we will camp until healed. Whoop. Yeah, it took quite a while. That took basically a day. And that's with the herbs. I could have also used the restoratives, but that would have been a bad idea because restorative medicine is super helpful if somebody dies. And in case you're wondering, yes, there are doors that you open that just fucking plague you. Because why the fuck not? Gorath stopped and bent down to examine something on the ground. After several seconds, he stood and began to speak. There are wagon tracks on the ground here, but something's not right. They look fairly old, but the marks are too thin. Ordinary wagon wheels are about, say, 6 inches. These could be wider than 3. There could be an ambush ahead. If we proceed in the direction we are currently heading, we should do so with great caution. So that, I believe, is from scouting. So let's just save the game. Much as it sucks to have used up that much money, basically 50 fucking sovereigns. Oh. Oh no, we're under ambush. Whatever will we do? It's 1 against 3. I think he has the advantage. And he's won. Everything is fine. Ding. Raw! 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 There we go. This is where a crossbow would be really helpful. No escape. No escape. Stop running. Hello. Elven armor. Struggling with the complicated elven buckles, Gorath tried the breastplate on for size. Too wide for him at the shoulders, he was nonetheless pleased with its clever filigrees and fine fluted scrollwork. Patterns designed to be decorative while also denying enemies an even striking plane. So it's 10% better armor, and it's specifically a good thing for an elf. So, you can take all of those. So let's put that on. Armor's hammer over to you. And there we go. Nice. 100% worth. Nothing but value. I always feel like I'm gonna miss something really valuable. Where am I? Let's find out. We are almost to Hawk's Hollow, which is to the east. And we got to find that box, which is to the east. So we should probably go do that. Oh, we've wandered straight into a trap. Well, good news. We can make this guy despair his eyes, and then kick the shit out of him, and then get through the trap. Blarg! Jeez, this guy's tough. What is this guy? Moradel Spellcaster. Okay. Oh my god. He's just got so many hit points. There we go. Accuracy melee has increased. Nice. Some armor, a sword, 20 fucking gold, and a restorative. Nice. Okay. Also, if you're wondering how I'm controlling this, it's the arrow keys. When was the last time you used the arrow keys in a video game? Oh. Moradel. The enemy was not surprised. Damn. Ow! No, leave Owen alone, fucker. Oh, he's running. He can run away. We'll deal with him later. Raw. Stab. Damn it. Ow. There we go. Heal up, heal up, step. Heal up, step. Where are you going now, huh? Step. Step. Fucking. Step. 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 There we go. More armor. Nope. Are these spoiled? Oh, they're not. Sweet. I do kind of wish you didn't have to search the bodies individually, but I also really appreciate the fact that you have to search the bodies individually, so... He was trying to shimmy away from you. It's true. Fortunately, I was able to kick his ass and make him regret ever being born. Alright. This should be towards Hawks Hollow. Or we could be going back north somehow. I'm not sure how we got turned around like that, but hey, you know, whatever. The reason that you don't want to play the game completely in this view is because you can't see enemies. As you might imagine, and you also can't see treasure chests. As you might imagine, that's kind of bad. Sleep until morning. Turn east at the next big crossroads. Oh, ambush. It's the one guy. Bitch. Big swing, big cuts. Big murder. Hey, 12 rations that aren't spoiled. Sweet. Yeah, we wanted to go west. Did I say east? I meant west. Locklear smiled. Although the approaching man seemed half a hand shorter for the passage of 11 years, his halting stride was just as personal to him as his signature. Ages past, Isaac had suffered his limp proudly, worn it like an injury sustained on the field of battle, and for that he had gained the respect and admiration of Krondor's young squires, Locklear among them. His tragic expulsion from Arutha's court had been a blow to them all. The years have worn you well, old squire, despite the fact that it seems to have darkened your hair a bit. What did you do? Stick your head in a barrel of pitch? Scoundrel, I would have thought you strung up for impersonating a duke by now. How are you, Isaac? It's been since Arutha's wedding, hasn't it? The very day. You should have heard the fit Master of Ceremonies de Lacy threw when he found out I wasn't the Count of Dorgan's son. I dare say he would have tossed me over the palace walls himself if he hadn't been busy with the details of the blessed event. I've kept busy since then, spent the last few years on the road doing old jobs along the border. You'd be surprised at all the things I've learned and seen since I've left Krondor. Surprise me then. You always were a rumor monger. Well, what would you like to know about? For whatever reason, someone has gone to a great deal of trouble to make certain we stay clear of the eastern side of the Orsane. We found traps on the road leading east. You assume those traps were laid for you. Perhaps they were laid to prevent someone in the east from slipping west. Can't see any real advantage in keeping someone out of Hawk's Hollow or L'Oreal. I can see some very definite advantage of keeping someone out of Lamut. I think it'd be better advised to move south and west, away from whatever's laying them out. Seems like I've heard of Hawk's Hollow before. If you've heard anything about it lately, I imagine it was a warning not to spend the night there. It's a nice little village until a prowler moved in that they've named Smoke Fingers. Isn't a lock in town that he hasn't found a way to get past. I've just returned from a military assignment. It's imperative that I get south as soon as inconspicuously as possible. Any places you think we should avoid? At all costs, you'll want to avoid the road from Eggley to Tanner's. There's a festival to be held in Eggley, and it's likely your elven companion will be spotted right away. Makes you think we're off to Krondor. Elves don't come much out of Elvendar, and they're even less likely to be traveling in the company of a boy and a seigneur when they do take to voyaging. Whatever you three are about, I assume it must involve the good of the kingdom. Krondor would be the only logical place for you to go. His roads seem littered with those anxious to anticipate our movements. Do you know of anyone in this area that seems to have unusual skills? Someone who seems like they know your thoughts? No. For a fact, I can't say that I have, but a certain poker player that I lost a great deal of money to in Eggley comes to mind. Name of Devon, I believe. Took me quite a while to make up the funds I lost during a single night playing against him. He very nearly took every sovereign I'd made in a month's time. Okay, good to know. Did you by chance purchase a ruby from Kiefer Alscook in L'Oreal? He said he told us he sold it to someone named Isaac. The description he gave us sounded like you. Why? You want to buy it from me? It's not like it's the only ruby in the world, you know. The ruby he sold you was stolen from a Serrani magician who was passing through Lamut. The garrison would like the stone back. Hoping we could talk you into at least returning it to Kiefer to get your money back. I'm sorry to hear about your dilemma, but I had no idea the stone was stolen when I paid Kiefer's price. And I have my own little problem. I need the stone so I can pay off a swordcrafter and get my blade repaired. Can't you pay him with gold? He specifically barters in gems, and the ruby will cover my cost plus a little more. Should have enough left over to eat for a month or more. What if we can repair your sword for you? What, here, in the middle of the road? Since I don't have a workshop, I don't see that we can do it anywhere else. Well, I suppose. My blade is fairly expensive, and I'd hate to see it further damaged. It's conceivable that you could do more harm than good. So unless you're really skilled at weaponcraft, well, do you really think you're that good? No? Okay, so I believe we want to save a bookmark, back up, go forward. Is he not here anymore? Did he say he was going somewhere? There we go. Might be worthwhile to have our own weapons repaired. There's a shop in High Castle called the Battle Works. It's a long way to go, but they're... Okay. Let's try this again. Well, I have to say this. You appear to know what you're doing. It looks much better than it did. Nice. And it will hold the edge? You could cut up the whole of Dalacon's Moss Rangers and still be sharp for a month after. Well, it looks like you've come through on your end of the bargain. Remind me to give you the ruby before you leave. Suppose we three need to hie back to the road before Prince Arutha sends out a search party for us. Alright, do we have the ruby? Indeed we do. And we could, in fact, sell it if we wanted to and we were dicks. But if we were to do that, then we would only get 1% of the actual value. Hey, money. And a shell. And some more adventurine. Which will be really useful once we actually have crossbow. Hey, lockpicks. Thought I saw a bad guy, but I guess I didn't. Was that the box that he was looking for? No, he said it was to the west of Fox Hollow. The problem with playing this game on a really high cycle speed is that it feels really slow if you're tapping the button like that. But then the instant that you're like, oh, well, maybe I should just hold it down, you're like hyperspeed. 14 rations, and I'm assuming these are spoiled. Yes. Share with party. Come in, my name's Lucan, he introduced himself as he slapped his guests on the backs. Nice to meet you. I haven't had visitors for some time. You know, it gets kind of lonely up here, and the kids don't come down too often. You have kids, it's a marvel, and you don't think... Locklear seized Lucan's wrist and gave it a savage twist, forcing his shiny sovereign to fall from the man's pained fingers. Everyone watched in shocked silence as the gold clattered to the floor. I almost didn't feel you nabbing that from my purse, Locklear said. You're not a bad thief, but not good enough. Don't kill me, please. I don't have anything to give you, but I'll do anything. I'll teach you. You'll what? Gorath sputtered. I'll teach you. Yes, that's it. Spare my life and I'll teach you what I know about locks, everything. What do you say? Sure. Very well, Lucan. You may teach us, but if we leave here with any less than we came in with... No, you have my word. Just sit here and I'll be right back. Go and fetch my practice locks and I'll be right back. Nice try, but no. You're staying here. Just tell Gorath where your practice locks are and he'll fetch them. And then we'll start our lessons. Having resigned himself to the fact that he wasn't going to escape, Lucan lectured and demonstrated for the better part of the day before he set his practice locks aside. That's it. That's all I know. Good enough, Locklear said, and I think we'll be on our way now. And Lucan, for your continued health, I would suggest you get out of the thieving business. Bing! So now, lockpicking is up to 31, 10, and 20. So that was a 5-point increase in lockpicking skill for everybody. That was pretty good. The door opened a fraction of an inch. Your hands, a voice commanded. Pardon, what did you say? Show me your hands. Palms up, thumbs out. Don't make any sudden moves. Faintly amused, Locklear complied and did as he asked, extending both of his hands for the stranger's examination. On command, he turned his hands over, again waiting for the judgment of the voice in the house. You pass, the voice in the house pronounced at last, but his voice did not sound relieved. All right, then listen carefully and don't ask any questions. What was that hand business all about? I said no questions. Suffice it to say, I know that you can be trusted with what I have to say because you don't bear the sign. You should be on the lookout for scrolls or anyone bearing scrolls. Read them carefully. They could save your life. Be safe. Scrolls? Why? What's on these scrolls? Does it have anything... Gameplay tips. Hidden in writing. In a unique and fabulous way. Come on. Are there no taverns around here? Jesus. Yeah. Let's get some rest. Okay. All this practicing on my looting and nobody's around for me to loot. Part of No Questions does he not understand? He doesn't understand the idea that somebody doesn't want him to talk about certain things because he is... A senor is essentially a knight. And for somebody to basically be like, ah, fuck you, and don't ask questions, he's like, really? The audacity. Ah, my eyes! Well, that was rude. Ah, my eyes! Heal. Stab. Stab. Ugh. God, it's like level 1 D&D. You just keep attacking and you just never fucking hit. Bitch. Bing. Alright. Accuracy melee has gone up. Strength has gone up. Ooh. And nothing there. Okay. Gonna have to find a place to pawn all this shit too. Not enough room. Spoiled? Nope. They're in good shape. Share authority. Take your money. Take your money. Schling. 31% to 62. Not bad. But it's not in good shape, so. Schling. Basically, you can repair your armor after every combat, whether you were hit or not. Which means that if you're not hit, the condition goes down less than the condition goes up from repairing it. Which is pretty sweet. Yep. Yep. Alright. Used up that whetstone. Ting! There was that shop back in Hawks Hollow that we didn't go into. Because it was closed. The Woolen Man. Amulet of the Upright Man. The God of Luck and of Thieves. Okay, good to know. A Virtue Key. This is a Virtue Key, or a McGuile's uncle, Gorath said with a grin, tapping the dorsal-shaped head. Originally, these keys were only made for chastity belts, but in the last 100 or so years or so, they've expanded the use of the design. Ring of the Golden Way. It's the particular way it warmed when someone moved near him. I believe that increases your scouting. Do you want swords? He probably doesn't want swords. Nope. I don't understand what this button does. What the shell? You want this shell? Cool. Not super helpful, but at least got us a little bit of cash money. And remember, we might be saving the world, but it's all about that cash. All right, he did say that there was a chest in the hills east of Hawks or west of Hawks Hollow. East or west? I think it was west. There's a path here that leads to fucking nowhere. That's cool. Let's camp till morning. I might have to look this one up. Not right now, but eventually. Locklear gasped. Severed heads spun in gray space before him as disembodied arms and legs flailed together, the sound much like the clashing of kitchen scullery? Looking closer, he realized that the body parts were not in fact body parts, but instead very tarnished pieces of armor that had been suspended from the shop's rafter. You there, be careful! May all come down on our heads! A gnomish man approached from the rear of the shop, a match held tight between his fingers. Should have knocked! Didn't hear you from upstairs! Can see why you came in, though. Your armor is quite state. And the bloodier suit, and you look like those lot up there. I'll fix you right up. If it's all the same, I'd prefer to buy an armorer's hammer. I'm sure you would, but I'm not in the business of ruining my livelihood. I'm an armorer, and I make my living in repairs. People go fixing their own, I'm out of business, right? How much would that say? 28 sovereigns. Oof. 3 sovereigns? Done. No. Fix this one too? Alright, cool. Joseph the Animals. Alright, so... shove that in there. Give that to Owen. Pop this out. Take that. Alright. It's a gnome who knows his business. Basically like, yeah, I know you want to buy an armorer's hammer, but fuck you, I'm trying to make a living. Fucking amateurs. Don't see anything around here. Okay. Well, we need to go back to Lamut to drop off that that ruby. Campfires, eh? Hey, a temple. So we could go to the Temple of Ishap for 85 sovereigns. Okay, let's see. I'm the High Priestess of the Temple. Killian welcomes you to her domain. Come be seated. Particularly like the part about the drunk, but I would advise you in the future to keep an eye on the food you eat. You shouldn't simply gulp down the first thing you find without taking a look at us first. Nothing important. What is the bless option? Oh, you can bless weapons? $34 sovereigns. For this one, it would be 62 sovereigns. I believe blessing makes it just straight up better. But I don't actually know because it's expensive as fuck. Oh, shit. I saw them bit too late. Guess what, guys? Despair your eyes! Oh, fuck. So, Owen can't cast magic when he is in melee combat. Or within 1 square of being attacked. No, don't. Bitch. Some people say that it's cowardly to gang up on your enemy. I say you're goddamn right it is. Stab. Stab. Nice. Be blind! Ting! What do we get? Defense, armorcraft, and weaponcraft have gone up. Weaponcraft and armorcraft have gone up, and nothing. Accuracy casting just doesn't go up without doing a lot of... Are these bad? Yep. Poisoned? Who would poison some perfectly good rations? Are we full up on stuff? We are. Okay. Why would you poison your own rations? That's what I want to know. And some sweet cash. All right. Maybe they didn't know their rations were poisoned. I mean, that's entirely possible. It would explain why we kick their asses so easily. I mean, their employer definitely has a vested interest in making sure that Gorath dies. I will say that. There is a whole area back there. Let's go investigate that whole area. Oh, there we go. Spoiled rations and 47 royals. Okay. Where the hell am I? Kegs Herbs. Herbal pack, a Dragonstone. Redweed Brew. approve of Imbiber's swordplay for a short time. Killian's root oil. Enhance the metallic qualities of their swords and their armor. True Sight tea. Makes you better archer, and then restoratives for a fuck ton of money. Hey, money. And a light bowstring. So the light bowstring will repair a broken crossbow, I believe. Knocked on the door. I don't have time unless it's really important, sirs. I have to finish preparing some mushrooms that I picked up for the shopkeeper over at Kedge's. He nearly ran out of healing restoratives yesterday, and you know what they say, you can kill me, but you can't eat me. That's a strange expression. What does it mean? To tell the truth, I don't know. Something that Baron Kevin used to say. I never could make any sense out of it. Now, if you excuse me, I must really be running along. The door swung open. Bleary-eyed and smelling of alcohol, a 40-ish-looking man sneered at them. Well, what do you want? Out with it. Hoping you can give us directions. Directions? Directions? I'll give you directions. Kablonk. Ow. How badly you hurt? Alright. That man just fucking assaulted a knight. Cool. Can I get you a bit to eat? Yeah, sure. Cash up front if you don't mind. I don't know what that does. I'm going to buy one just to find out what it does. I am now 12% drunk. I don't know if that's a good thing. So wait, where am I? What town is this? Zun. Alright. Zun, Zun, Zun. Yeah, Zun, 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 Zun. These places are proper fucking inns. So rude. Oop. Okay, we're about to be under attack. Owen's scouting ability is increased. Because Gorath taught him something. So we are now more or less back where we should have been. Bitch. My eyes! My eyes! Gah! Bitches. Nice. What abilities went up? Accuracy, melee, scouting, and that's it. So when it says the party's abilities went up, it doesn't specifically tell you what abilities, of course. Not what I wanted. Emphasize or de-emphasize? So if I'm red, does that mean I'm de-emphasizing it? I don't know. Let's just turn everything back to normal. Nah, we're full up on shit. Okay. But you got anything worth it? Some sweet rations? Sweet rations. Do. Speeding along. Running around at the speed of wee. Oh. No, we don't want to go into the Macmillan Cabal. Blech. I would rather have everything be a priority than de-emphasize the skills that I actually want to focus on because the game isn't clear. The assassin was a mercenary. Guess what? Ah! Really? Got recovered awfully fast. Nice. Money. And that's it. We do eventually, I believe, need to go into the Macbadain Kadal. But not for a hot second. Rations stack up to 14. Got it. And that's already been repaired. Cool. For such an item. Repair that. Repair that. Sell that. I mean, it's only tiny little bits of money, but it builds up real fast. How many uses do I have left on this? 9? Damn. So he sells crossbows. Magical scroll of Eyes of a Shop. Are you returning Makala's ruby? Yes. I'm glad you found this, placing the gemstone in a small velvet-lined box. It'll be good to get Makala off my back. I've sent so many men out looking for this blast thing, there's hardly anyone left in the garrison. Here you are, 100 gold sovereigns. Thank you, gents. Sweet. Free money. Despite the fact that he was stumbling through the chords of this kingdom mine, Owen's lack of musical mastery was masked by the raucous sound of the tavern's drunken patrons thumping their mugs to the rhythm of the music. That was interesting, the tavern keeper said. I think I've heard that song tortured so much in one evening. You're lucky the patrons are drunk tonight. Against my better judgment, they're demanding I pay you. Here, 15 sovereigns. Do it again. Nope. Five sovereigns for the night? Done. Ah, the romance of traveling. What are you doing down here? Skinning cats? Bard again? No. So yeah, the better you are at barding, the more ridiculously valuable it is to bard. And when you find places that let you bard, you're like, oh, you just go fucking ham on it. Let's see. Weapon craft up to 56. Weapon craft and defense up a couple points. All right. So we got $100 for returning that gemstone, which is very useful to us. Hello. Ta-da! A torch. And some basic shit. Worth money. So this is back to Zune. Alright. To the left goes to Hawk's Hollow. We don't need to go that way. The party's scouting ability is increased. Nope. Well, we live with our mistakes because I haven't saved it in a while. A gasp escaped Locklear's lips as he levered himself into an upright position and looked over his wounds. I think I'll amend the plan. My wounds are mortal. You go on without me. No one gets left behind, Owen shot back angrily. No one. Get your things and we move. We'll find a healer for you along the way who can help. So now he has the near-death condition at 100%, which sucks. Use again. Use again. Use again. Use again. Use again. Having done that, he is still at near-death 70%. It is devastating to go down in battle. And until he is no longer near death, he will recover extremely slowly. And in fact, we would want to have some of those herbs. So if we sleep until morning, yeah, went up 2 points. This took some time for them to assemble. I thought perhaps the assassins that had attacked us thus far had followed us through the Inklindel. There are too many of them, even to chase a renegade like Gorhath. Delacan has to be calling on spies already placed within the kingdom. But Delacan sits in Sar-Sargoth. Word of my escape could only have traveled as we have come. The fact that we have been attacked this far south suggests otherwise. I have never been a witness to it, but I have heard of a talent called mind speech. Very few magicians have it, but the ability allows men to communicate over very long distances. Perhaps Delacan could have hired such help. It is entirely possible. Even before I escaped from his fortress, it was rumored that the magicians with whom he has been keeping company had such talents. I know that his assistant Nago claimed to have such powers, though I never saw evidence of such. And if Delacan has the capacity, then undoubtedly he shall use his assistants. Assistants, whatever. So we will have to be cautious and watch out for any who seem like magicians as we head for Krondor. Both of you keep your eyes open. Isn't that something north of 100 gold worth of... Yes, actually it is. 5-day journey if the sign is to be believed. I think we should take the chance. Let's take a look here. So that takes us down this path to Quester's View. Yeah, we're going to go. Days passed. Disliking the exposed feeling created by the defile, they moved quickly during the nights and left the days to resting under rocky overhangs, listening for assassins' footsteps. At last, footsore and road-weary, they emerged near the coast of the Bitter Sea. So we are now barely farther. But, are you still near death? No, you're back to normal. Sweet. Yeah, so I could either spend 100 gold worth of medicine, or I can fucking wait, like, I'm not even joking, like 13 days for Locklear to heal. Also, I believe that was separating regions into different load zones. I know I saw you. Yes. The light one breaks but never falls. His brother falls but never breaks. Oh. Day-night. A scroll. The Scroll of Flamecast. I don't think I ever figured out that riddle as a kid. It is in fact entirely possible that I did not mean to hit that button. But you know what? It's a good point to save the game, so. Though he could have wished for better circumstances under which to study it, Owen broke the scroll's wax seal and began to read. After an hour's laboring with the difficult language, he was able to commit the incantation to memory. While the words on the parchment etched indelible patterns in his mind, the scroll grew brittle, then crumbled slowly between his fingers like sun-dried leaves. So now Owen has a new spell, Flamecast. Look at that beautiful sea. Okay, so that goes back the way we came. I don't know if you can ever actually get attacked there. Looking around for anything useful. Where do you go? What is this place? Folks call me Chanty. After a few more minutes of friendly conversation, he revealed he was a fisherman, hadn't been out of his boat due to his health. As he spoke, he threw dark looks at an unseen thing over Owen's shoulder. Locklear was about to ask him another question when Chanty suddenly mumbled something angrily and slammed the door closed. No amount of coaxing would convince him to open it again. Okay. That wasn't creepy at all. He's probably just insane with plague or some bullshit, you know? Oh, whoop. I remember playing this game as a kid where having somebody go down in battle was an instant reload. Because it was just so debilitating. Near death as a concept is cool and also very, very frustrating. Kind of like plague. No one has lived here for some time. Fiend beneath this stone is trapped by dirt, not death. Stay away. Yeah. Okay. Gonna need a shovel to dig that up. I believe that is an optional super boss. Oh, hello. You missed! What's even the point? Alright. And that's why Despair Thy Eyes is so much better. Wow! You motherfucker! God, he's got the moves like Jagger. Don't. Oh, I missed him. Bonk. Money. A crossbow. And some bolts. Sword and some armor. Regular old rations. Good. We need to share those. Ta-da! Dang it. There's a little bit of lag every so often when my computer is doing a background task, which is an interesting problem to have. That didn't do shit. Nice. There we go. Definitely wanted that 8 gold. Tell you what. Is there something down here? Hard to tell. There's definitely something down here. A shop? The Rygate and Supply. Ooh, a shovel. Haggle. Haggle. Jerk. What, this fine sword? No? Okay. Well, give me the armorer's hammer. I don't need another whetstone yet. But I do want that herbal pack. Thank you. If I'd had that herbal pack, it wouldn't have been so bad healing Locklear. Let's just go ahead and bookmark. Did I not buy the... I didn't actually buy the shovel. Truly, I am fortune's fool. Well, I found a trap and a what in the hell is that thing? I don't know what to do about this. I guess it was a gun. Where am I? When you run away, you go to a random location nearby. So you have to be careful when you do it. And apparently by random location nearby... What is that? Okay. Rest here. Fuck it. Camp until healed. There we go. The ground was too hard. Okay, so you can't open that until later in the game. Oh, sleep until morning. However, that being said, there was a chest on that map. Does that mean that this trap is no longer active? Nope. We just had to walk forward. I think that was just telling us how that trap worked. Okay, let's see. A precious gift this, yet it has no beginning or end or beginning, and in the middle, nothing. No hints. Don't worry. I can figure this out probably. Ring! No beginning or end, and in the middle, nothing. Sweet. Shell. This is a very good game that I honestly wish would get a remake. But God knows the rights would be in a nightmare. Though easy to spot when allowed to plume, it's hard to see when held in a room. Smoke. Upon rereading the books, they don't hold up well. Yeah, no, the Rift War books, I read the actual like novelization of this. So the fun thing about the Rift War books is this was made entirely with Raymond E. Feist input. They made sure to get the lore correct. They made sure to follow his instructions for how things worked. He consulted on every step of the story writing process. And then as soon as the game came out, he said it had nothing to do with his books. He said, fuck that shit. That shit ain't canon. And everybody was like, but you, and he said, don't even argue with me. That's garbage. And then like 15 years later, he wrote a book called Krondor, The Betrayal, which is the novelization of this, making it canon. And I read it, and his writing style sucks. It's awful. Be you ever so quick with vision keen, by your eyes we are never seen, unless perchance it should come to pass, you see our reflection in a looking glass. Can't see your own eyes. Lockpicks give... Locklear has a crossbow now. Sweet. Alright. So we had to deal with the trap. That hurt a lot. Owen is having a time. But it could be worse. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the Rift War books, if you like them, that's fine. I personally found them extremely narratively challenging. Let's put it that way. But I've never read any of the other Rift War books, and I have no interest in reading any of the Rift War books. This is just a really good standalone game. I also haven't played Return to Krondor. I have it, and from what I understand, it's actually pretty good. And it's actually a proper sequel to this. Which is cool. I also have not played Betrayal in Antara. I've seen it played. And I own it as well. But it's just one of those things where I own it. I've seen it played. I just haven't played it. I've seen like the first 30 minutes of it. And it's really good. Oh, sure. I'll take some rations. Are they good rations? They appear to be good rations. Nice. Questo's View. Hey, an actual fucking inn. Let's bard. $15. Sweet. Alright, that guy doesn't want to talk to us, so fuck him too, I guess. Gorath's abilities will increase. Alright. If you're looking for my brother, he's not here right now. Actually, no. Are your parents about? My folks were killed a year back. Mitch and I moved here several months ago to study swordplay with Tad Questor. We're gonna find the bloody brigands who did it and feed them their own hearts. Is Tad good with a sword? Are you kidding? He's the greatest. Lives right over there. Tad Questor, have you come for a lesson? Lesson? Have you come to learn the finer arts of swordsmanship? Quick lesson for only 75 sovereigns. Fuck yeah. Ding. 65 accuracy, 30. 49 accuracy. Not bad. Ah, shit. Look at all these fuckers. The enemy was not surprised. Ba, ba, ba. Intercept! Run! Oh, if Owen gets hit, he also can't cast spells. So if they're in melee, or he gets hit, he can't use magic. And trust me, that took me way too long to figure out as a kid. Man, fuck you guys. Leave Owen alone! Ow. Eh. Really? Oh, Owen's dead. Fuck you. Thank you. Fuck you. No one gets left behind. No one. Sweet. Alright, what do we got? Some money. How are we doing for inventory space? Kind of full up. I'm going to start not picking up the armor. I will take a crossbow. Shit's worth cash money. You have a noble's passkey. Take the crossbow. Take the money. Money is mine. Immediately turn around. Head back to Quester's Rest, where I missed a shop, apparently. Pierce Perry's fucking Akeshian Tapir. He sells more de lampreys. I can sell more de lampreys. Nice. Motherfucker, you sell crossbows for 50 gold, and then you're like, oh, I can only give you 5 gold for it. Jerks. Yeah, see, this armor just isn't worth keeping around now. It's only worth 2 to 1% of my actual value. Alright, what else you got? Elven Corals. Serani Corals. The Ulilico armor for his Lemutian soldiers. Serani improvement over Kingdom armor. Where rigid steel plates have been traditionally riveted, armor crafter Ulilico had used instead flexible lengths of horn to allow the armor to fold without being punctured. Interesting. Grey Tower plate. Even its advanced state of deterioration, the Dwarven armor was worth 2 suits of standard plate. Reddish-brown scales of rust pocked its ancient surface, but its original making had rendered it so lifelike it appeared to be not like a corrupted metal breastplate, but instead a cancerous human torso. That's not... Ooh. Feels like something between a machete and a falchion. Interesting. I could afford a 2-handed broadsword. I'm not gonna. It's a little too much for me. Nice. Damn it. There was an inn here, right? Yeah, it's over here. Nine sovereigns, eh? Okay, so use that. Yeah, see? It hasn't even gotten one back yet. Two. It's got up to 2. Welcome to, oh god. Fucking near death, man. It is the worst. It's gone down to 5%. So realistically, the only way that you can get around it is by using this. It's still at 45%. Jesus. And yeah, that's like 50 sovereigns worth of healing. That's why you don't fucking go down during the night. Jesus. It's just so debilitating. Okay. We must get to Krondor as soon as possible. Yeah, and what happened to you? Oh, well, we had to take a break. Sleeping outside works as well, I guess. Okay, now he's getting... Now near death has worn off. Okay. And now we need food. Oh boy. All right, moving on. Do not get injured in battle. South to Krondor. What's to the north, though? A mountain pass. Let's see if we can't get to Sarth. A farmer was ahead of them. Debating for a moment whether it would have been more prudent to hide before they were seen or behave normally, Locklear decided the man was probably no immediate threat to them. Hope for your good health that you have found shelter against the coming tempest, good sirs. Tempest? Surely you have heard. The learned monks of Sarth have predicted a terrible storm is coming this way, and I would hate to think of anyone caught out in it. Why, a man could catch his death of the fevers. If you would like, you may ride it out in my barn. And what profit would you turn in this enterprise? 5 golden sovereigns, a reasonable sum, and the guard over my cows. You can sleep in the hayloft of my barn, but my wife and I don't take in elves. 7 gold pieces, the elf stays with us, and we each get a hard roll for breakfast. 10 gold, and a lot of you milk the cows the next morning. That's the offer. Take it or leave it. Yeah, sure. Deal. Where is this barn of yours? Keep heading south. You should pass the Abbey of Ishap at Sarth. You'll know you're right close to it when you passed up the Temple of Sung. From there, it's just around Yellow Mule Mountain. When you find the barn, just knock on the door and my wife will fix you up. Thank you, farmer. Your hospitality will be remembered. Yeah, it's a trap. That guy just bargained to kill me. What an asshole. Alright. Buckets, barrels, baskets, cans. What must you fill with empty hands? Buckets, barrels, basket, cans. What must you fill with empty hands? Must you fill with empty hands? Glorth, of course. lot of E's. Shorts. Okay, there it is. A sleeves. No? No? Is that not right? Sleeve? Or am I spelling it wrong? I'm spelling it wrong, okay. Sleeves. Servers. Servers could work. So, it's implying that it's a plural, so S at the end would make the most sense. Alerts. Groves. Geodes. A lot of words that I can make here. Shores. Buckets, barrels, baskets, cans. What must you fill with empty hands? Like physical or metaphysical hands? Theoretical hands? Philosophical hands? Do I want to know your guess? I mean, you could give me a hint. Like, if you know what the first or the last letter is, go for it. Or you think you know. Thread? No. First is G and last is S. Okay. Glurts. Greets. How many syllables is it? You're gonna kick yourself when you figure it out? Yeah, I usually do. Groves, but that's not it. Like, I'm not even thinking of the hint anymore. I'm just trying to see what words I could make. Groves is close? Oh, fucking, it's gloves. You gotta put empty hands into gloves. Okay. 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 Hello, this is blessed. Number 2, 10%. I don't know what that means. But I will take it. Ooh, another scroll. Skin of the Dragon. It's just straight up better. All right, let's take a quick break. Sleep until morning. We have 14 rations remaining. What's down this road? Nope. Shit. What just happened? Ah! Motherfuckers. Invisible armor. Okay. Well, tell you what, guys. Fuck you. Really? These guys are straight assholes. Bitch. Where do you think you're going? Big ol' miss. Jerk. So now Owen doesn't have stamina left, so this costs health. Which is dangerous, but also I really want that guy to not get away, because fuck him. Damn it, I misclicked again. Bitch. 25%. Big ol' miss. God damn it, he ran away. Really wanted that guy dead. Oh well. Ooh, whetstone. That's a good sword. Sword in good condition. That's worth some money. Mortal longblade, another crossbow, some lockpicks, and some quarrels. Where am I? I'm close to Sarth. Let's go to Sarth. Probably enough time to drop in for a brief visit, and it might break up the monotony of the road. From a distance, the Abbey of Ishop at Sarth had seemed a fortress, a sheer-walled courtyard dominated by an ancient single-story keep. But closer inspection revealed that a shop profited where once an ironmonger had forged swords. Delicate flowers bloomed where soldiers had once mustered. Krondor, a lightning staff for 1,200 gold. Holy shit. Oh yeah, that's right, this place sells a bunch of magical scrolls. Despair thy eyes, which we already know. Oh, and they sell restoratives for an actual reasonable price. Haggle? Damn it. Dragon's Breath. Flamecast, which we already found. Skyfire. Eyes of a Shop. Night Fingers. Nacre Cicatrix. Skin of the Dragon, which we already found. Thoughts Like Clouds. Interesting. Oh, do you want to buy any of my stuff? Oh, you do? Sweet. Only offer 15 sovereigns for it. Cool. Go ahead and try and clang on the trolley. Thank you. Supernatural silence reigned in the vaults under Sarth, a perfect stillness which was unbroken even when a priest would accidentally let fall a book while searching the shelves or when someone would sneeze while opening a dusty tome. As if time itself had been frozen here, trapped between the wooden cases like pages within a book. On the Book of Sung, God of Purity and Healing. Temple of Sung offered more extensive healing powers than those offered by any other temple. Once wounded so that ye may nearly touch the face of the goddess of death, thou shalt be suspended in a deathless state until it is deemed either thou time hast come to enter the halls of death, or thou hast yet more to do among the world of the living. In such a condition you may find great weakness and slowness of health, which only be healed by a priest or by rest most prolonged. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Nope. Had to do with combat techniques. Soldiers who are also familiar with the enemies they are to face in the battlefield. Adequate information is entirely possible for an enemy to be defeated even when the enemy has the advantage of surprise. It's possible to take down enemies who might otherwise be unkillable. It would seem that the following things tend to be true. Trolls in general seem to take more harm than when they are attacked by any form of magic, but they are resistant to physical harm. When fighting magicians of any stripe, it seems they are generally poor in hand-to-hand combat, though there are exceptions. Wyverns have never, to my knowledge, been exploited for use in battle. Farmers troubled by the red variety have spoken good results when attacking with blades prepared with an Althaphane's Icer. Highly suggest that in the future you attempt to take notice of similar weaknesses, etc., etc. Element of surprise at command of any set pieces. Close range, not to load the weapon without obstruction, yep. Use of the spell, sometimes known as Invitation, thought of as a mere prank by studying magicians, it became quite effective during the Battle of Althaphaine, what used to drag a band of the Dark Brothers into a trap which they had devised. I never even thought of that. Okay. Go back here. Nothing. Healer's Journals. Next book. Yep. Finest shops in the kingdom. Dobeth near Caval Keep. Roots and Herbs. Kingdom Goods, the Mercantile, and Dark. Okay. It's far better to sell to a story which already has valuables on display. Got it. Still just the library. Ah. Hope to do more, but thanks to Brother Anthony and Brother Mark, we have come a long way. If you seek out Brother Mark... I only heal those things of a spiritual nature. $60 sovereigns. Fuck off. Okay, so you cannot teleport to the Temple of Ishab, apparently. The party's abilities have increased by virtue of reading those books. Weaponcraft, accuracy, melee. Weaponcraft. Well, not by virtue of reading those books, sorry. Just by the fact that we did stuff while we were in the store. Sleep to morning. Oh, wrong button. All right, he said that there was a barn that he wanted to we could use to take shelter from a storm that was coming. That's not the way I want to go. Kern! Grab the kern. No. Damn it. Oh, the kern is still too young. Keep it in that button. I don't mean to. We're almost to Krondor. Which, of course, means that we're likely to get into far more deadly fights. Where was this guy's fucking barn? There was that cornfield. Is it near the cornfield? Alright, we can't walk on the beach. Good to know. Oh, shit. We are running low on rations. Okay, so you go here, give all. You go here, share with party. But he's got 2. And he just ate 1, so he has 1. Oh, shit. Dudes! Where are you going now, huh? Bitch. Sorry. He was alive, whether it was skill or luck or, you know, those are poisoned. Those are poisoned. Those are good. This is Fatimore's formula. I don't know what it does. Interesting. Oh, there's a barn. Let's just do that. The air rippled, as if the world about them was nothing more than a curtain to be yanked aside. 4 figures warped into existence before their very eyes, all Moradel and all armed. One of the assassins, dressed in finer wear than the 3 who flanked him, bared his teeth as he spoke. Gorath, Luichan Choi Nekad Sedu Delekan, Baka Ald Eladel. Gorath. Locklear glanced questioningly at his companion, watching as the Mordell withdrew his own weapon, his black gaze fixed on the others of his kind arrayed before him. Defend yourself, Gorath rasped coldly. No moss trooper this, but a sorcerer, Nago. Of those who are said to have served Delacan before the coming of the 6, he is known as the most powerful magician of my kin. Only we 3, or he and his, will see the next morn. Oh, he missed. No! Stop hitting my fucking magic user! Fuck! That's probably bad. That's super bad. I don't know what that does. Okay, Locklear got fucked. Clearly, I should have been doing that the whole time. And that's why we save. A lot of missing happening right now. A lot of missing happening right now. Ow. A lot of missing happening right now. Hey, we got him. Good job, Owen. Oh, he used up all of his health and stamina casting his spells. Of course he went down like a bitch. Let's go back. Because if Owen can beat the shit out of him with a fucking staff, then that'll be good. I don't know what spell that is. It's very rude of you to hit me, though. Alright, that'll prevent him from fucking doing shit. And Owen can chase him around. Oh, God! Is he running away? No, he's not running away. He's just being an asshole. Yep, there's the spell. Owen's dead. Oh, right. Once somebody goes down, you can't run away. Forgot about that. Really? I think the big problem I have is that it's expecting me to deal with these spells, and I have no way of knowing what these spells are. Bitch. I can still do better. This is like a super optional fight. As long as you don't go to the barn, you're fine. But, you know. It's one of Delicon's, like, super dudes. Of course I want to kill him. Okay. Didn't get hit that time. Move up here. There we go. Big hit. Damn it. Seriously, they fucking know that Owen is a sorcerer, and it's really frustrating. Bitch. Donk. Alright, Nago is down. Bitch. Okay. One of them escaped, but absolutely worth doing that again. What do we got? Accuracy melee went up. Defense went up. And that's it. Okay. Not yet convinced you should take the time to read over the missive content. Locklear studied the yellowing parchment, but found nothing but... Okay. So, take that. Two-handed broadsword. What is this? Alphaphane's Icer. For magical treatment of the blade. $50. Two-handed broadsword that I'm actually going to give to Gorath for reasons. And... give that to Owen. We're not actually going to use the two-handed broadsword, but I'm giving it to him for a reason. Nice. $9. Another Moradel blade, and is this good? Hey, it's good. Sweet. Share with party. Though the circumstances might suggest otherwise, this doesn't feel like a chance encounter. This is Rosebond. Do you think he had something to do with this attack? I think that bastard farmer set us up. He'd best have been paid well for his betrayal. I'll take my recompense from his hide if I ever cross paths with him again. Paths with him again? I still got herbs. He's still healing. Normal. Alright. Pirates. Oh no. It was very rude, sir. Seriously, leave the mage alone, you fuckers. These guys are accurate as shit. One down. Ah! Bitch. Eh. Eh. Oh, where are you going now, huh? Nice. Restoratives. That's good. Another crossbow. Another set of quarrels. Another Moradel blade. There is a third body here. But I don't know if I can get to it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's continue going south to Krondor, where we should be getting relatively close. But this is a game that just has a lot that you can do off the books. My God, we must save the world, but also do all of these random things that keep coming up. There's so much fun. And there's nothing around here. Okay. There are certain fights in the game that you can go around. For example, this one. Nope. Thought I could get around him. Couldn't. Ow. Fuck. Spare your fucking eyes, bitch. Alright, Gorath is also kind of weakened. He's using health instead of stamina. No escape. Ting. A shovel. Sure. How many quarrels do we have? Far too many. Okay. So I don't need that stuff. Shit. You know what sounds like a good idea? Let's camp until healed. There we go. Now we're doing better. The enemy was not surprised. There's 5 of them! Oh god! Ah, missed. Ow. Alright, time to despair some fucking eyes. Let's start with you. Damn it. Thank you. Ow. Oh, the misses. Second edition D&D is rough, man. Got him. That didn't kill him. Fuck. Really? Stop it. Oh my god. It's one of those enemies, Jack Sparrow. I mean, potentially, but probably not. Nope, that's a big miss. Damn it. There we go. No fucking survivors. There we go. Yeah, I should fucking hope so. Jesus Christ. Strength goes up by 1. Defense and accuracy melee go up a little bit. Ugh. Whetstone. Nice. These poisoned? Nope. I will take those. Share with the party. Oh, hello. Hello, sexy. Medium crossbow. So that is a crossbow that cannot be repaired with aventurine. It can only be it has to get a new bowstring, basically. Some money, another Mortal Blade. Oh yeah, sweet. Good old standard rations. Absolutely wasn't worth killing that guy, but that's okay. All right. I believe that is the last fight before we get to fucking Krondor. And it is a big roadblock because 5-on-1 is, or 5-on-3 is not good odds. After a few minutes of traveling, the roadbed began to slope towards the sea, leading eventually through a pair of iron gates into the majestic seat of the principality. Krondor, Locklear said with a sigh that seemed to indicate both relief and concern. If assassins have been sent against us, it seems a safe bet they'll be lying in wait for us between here and the palace. What's your guess, Gorath? Do we go in now or not? Gulls wheeled in the skies over the capital of the Western Realm, weaving daring circles about the parapets of the palace, narrowly avoiding the prince's standards which fluttered in the salty breeze. Below, the city folk of Krondor took little notice of the majestic display as they heard about their own affairs. Okay, let's sell some stuff. Just want the money. Are all those whetstones single use? No, they have a certain number of uses. So 6, 15, 23, 19. They are 25 is the maximum that you will get when you buy them brand new. And then they slowly wear out. Same thing with armorer's hammers. They usually have about 12 or so uses before they wear out. Which reminds me. Oh, right, I need to read that. What are you selling? Sweet ass armor. Light bowstring. Haggle. Damn it. Can fix nearly anything up to brand new. 40 sovereigns, fuck off. Ooh, another shop. Touchstone gems. Oh, I could have sold the thing here. Ranger? Accuracy crossbow 53, 47. Okay. Good. One royal, fuck off. Okay. Locklear made a face as he shook the bars. For all the troubles he had been through to get them all alive to Krondor, the locked palace gates simply added insult to injury. Calling out to the gatemaster angrily, he pounded the hilt of his sword against the portcullis. Stirred by the racket, the young man liveried in the colors of the Krondorian lancers strode out of his watchhouse and squinted at them, snapping up his bardiche, which leaned against the interior wall. "Would you open the gate, please? We have business with the prince." "Can't help you, senor," the guard replied. "The gate mechanism's broken, has been since 3 nights ago. Unless you and your companions have a mind of climbing the walls, there won't be any getting through here until we can find the plans for the portcullis. Castle engineer is absolutely livid." Locklear accepted the news with irritation, but knew that nothing else could be done. "Could you go and get Prince Arutha for me, then? It's a rather urgent matter." Again, the guard shook his head. He's meeting with Pug of Stardock and some Serrani fellow named Makala. Gave explicit instructions he wasn't to be disturbed unless the castle was burning down around their ears. "Could you at least find Senor James?" The guard cut him off with a shake of his shaggy head. "Been missing for 2 days. No one knows quite where he's off to, but you know how James can be." Locklear nodded. "All too well. My bump of trouble tells me he's looking for whoever sabotaged the gate." "Sabotaged?" The guard looked puzzled, as if the thought hadn't occurred to him. "Why would anyone do that?" "I'm not sure, but if the thought occurs to me, I can guarantee that it occurred to Senor James." Resheathing his sword, Locklear bid the guard farewell and motioned for his companions to follow him. "I have a feeling that the only way to solve both our problems is by going through the sewers that lead beneath the city," Locklear whispered, hurrying them to the northern gate. "There's a secret passage that will lead us into the palace, and I also suspect we may bump into Senor James down there as well." Oh, fuck it, let's bard! Really? Fuck it, we bardin'. But I'm doing pretty okay. But I'm doing pretty okay. Come on, man, I can do this. So rude. One more time. Okay, fine. That wasn't important. Senor Locklear, good to see you. Interesting news, interesting news. Nivek, you old rascal. Got your ears to the grapevine again, eh? What is it this time? I've been to see Nia at the Six Toe near Sethanon. Can't really talk about it right now. Why don't you come back later and see me? We will, good friend. Take care. I will take some rations, please. Thank you. Give all of them to him. Too thick to allow a determined effort at entry. The door was probably set over the sewer entrance to prevent odors from offending visitors passing through the northern gate. Is there something hidden in the hole? $5. Nice. Hey! What's your barding skill at? 53? Could be better. So, hilariously, there is one point in the game where you can light a torch and it will kill you. A figure moved in the tunnel. Seemingly having appeared from nowhere, a young boy halted them before they could move any further ahead. Who be you, and what would you in the Thieves' Highway? I be Signor Locklear, and I do whatever I will in the prince's sewers. If you're half as intelligent as you seem, then I would advise you step out of our way. Fast with the blade I am. Step any further, and I'll do you, I will. The only thing you will do, my young friend, is die an unfortunate death at the point of my sword. I used to spar with Jimmy the Hand, and I'm a faster blade than he. Do you still wish to cross me? Jimmy the Hand? He's a legend, sire. Next you'll be telling me you've lain with the Empress Lakeisha of Kesh. I'd advise you to be nice-like, however, because I've got 5 blokes waiting a little on down to make sure nothing happens to me, see? Don't suppose you come behind behalf of Senor James, have you? Senor James? Then you don't... Well, perhaps we have. Alright then, down to tax. If he didn't send you, you'll be answering to the upright man and not me, so I wash my hands of it. Just watch your steps down here, and there's a bit of trouble going on down here. Good day. Wait, we don't know our way around here. Do I look like a bloody page to you? I've got affairs of my own what I got to do. Just answer a few questions. Right then, as long as you don't ask me anything about what might keep me in the hots with the Nightmaster, what do you want to know? $25 gold sovereigns for some picklocks? Sure. Those to Owen. Oh, right. Master, we have placed the false notes concerning an attack to the south of Tenurs in the chest you requested. Providing they gain access to these messages, should fall most blindingly into your elegant trap. I applaud your stratagems, Fedra. So I do not know my way around here. And in fact, I am going to do a thing. Because we've been going for a while, and I kind of want to get to the end of this chapter. So I need to get to 13, which is there. Go that way, there's 3 rogues. If I go that way, there's a trapped chest. But I need to go that way first. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at an actual map. You could also leave here at any time, but, you know, this is almost the end of chapter 1. Zoom. Zoom. Nope. Some good old-fashioned ration. Ooh, rope. Helpful. Assassins. Ow. Bonk. Damn it. Damn it. With the parries. Down he goes. Okay. Ow. Alright, Locklear is getting badly wounded. His accuracy's going down as he gets hurt. Fuck. Does Despair Thy Eyes not work on these guys? Uh-oh. So it's not quite a healing spell. Catching your breath there. Damn it. The misclicks. Oh, the misclicks. There we go. Those guys are tricky. Defense, accuracy, melee, and defense. And strength. Nice. Ooh, Moradel Brooch. And an Armorer's Hammer. And a Lamprey. Money. Another Lamprey. Good old standard-ass rations. Share with party. Do that. Do that. Alright, where am I? Okay, so that is a required fight. Oh. They've broken the mechanism trying to pick it. Well, that's not helpful. Someone whistled. Turning round, Locklear felt a stone sink in his gullet, fearing that they had left themselves open to attack by yet another band of Nighthawks. To his great surprise, however, a familiar friend stepped from the shadows. By the 12 gods, Locklear, you're here! It's just like you, Jimmy. I haven't seen you in 7 months, and I rescue you from a band of Nighthawks, and the first thing you want to talk about is my bloody change of hair color. What is going on around here? The front gate is smashed, and there are Nighthawks loose in the sewers. Not Nighthawks. Imposters. Someone has been trying to convince Prince Arutha that the Guild of Death has re-established operations here in Krondor, and is using the sewers as their hideout, hoping that the Lancers will come down here and clean out the place. In doing so, I think whoever is running this game hopes that the Lancers will root out the Mockers while they're at it. What, take out the Guild of Thieves? Doesn't seem likely from all the things you've told me from your days as a mocker. More to the point, we know now a few of the Nighthawks escaped to Romney when we smashed them up after that affair with Princess Anita. They certainly won't dare tread Krondor streets for a while yet. I've been tracking around down here trying to find out more when I ran into those fellows. So, Why have you come back so soon to Krondor, Loki? I thought you were going to be gone another 4 months or so. I've got bad news from the Northlands. Looks like the Dark Brothers are stirring again. They raised Myrmidonus' battle standards over Sar-Sargoth. There's a Moradel army gathering to attack the kingdom. This Moradel used to be one of their clan chieftains, something of a hero during the Rift War against the Serani, too. Thought Prince Arutha might be interested in talking to him. I don't like this, Loki. Moradel stirring again in the north and someone mimicking the Guild of Death? My bump of trouble says that things are going to get far worse before they get better. I assume since you're down here that you're trying to get into the palace the way I showed you a few years ago? Yes, I was thinking I'd have to pry off the grate somehow, but if you have the key, that would save me a great deal of trouble. Still on me. It's all yours. I can find my own way into the palace. I'm going to creep around a while longer down here and see if I can unravel this particular mystery. Suit yourself. I, for one, am anxious to get out of this hole. Come and get me for breakfast tomorrow after I've spoken with Prince Arutha. So that's Senor James. Oh, God. And there was no reason to come up here. Cool. And yes, if you're curious, if you are foolish enough to not use a rope on that and just walk into it, you die. So we did get a key, right? Yep. The Royal Key of Krondor. Alright, now where am I? Okay. Got it. Whoop. Keep going north. East. Go north. East. Swing across. South. East. Right? Oh, my torch burned out. This lock takes a very special key and is clearly not pickable. If we want him, we'll have to find the key. Oh, that just... The gate swung open. Hold on. There we go. Revolted by the thick scent of excrement in the chamber, Locklear hastened to the ladder affixed to the far wall and ascended its filled slick rungs. Behind him, Gorath and Owen reluctantly did likewise, gaffing on the noxious vapors in the shaft. This is nothing, Locklear grunted, shoving upwards against a grating. All the windows in the palace are open right now. You ought to smell it in the winter. Darkness surrounded them as they slithered out of the privy, their only impressions of the chamber provided by the faint flicker of distant firelight. 10 yards before them, the hall joined in an elaborate colonnade stretching in either direction. Somehow I hadn't pictured my first visit to Krondor like this, Owen sighed, falling blindly into step behind Gorath and the Seigneur. What, you don't like the romantic tour? Locklear chuckled. Not many people get to see that way into the palace. Drawing up short, Locklear's features brightened as he observed a pair of approaching figures lost in conversation. Self-conscious of his bedraggled condition, he straightened his uniform and cleared his throat with a stentorian air. Greetings, Prince Arutha and Master Magician Pug. Oh, hold on. There we go. As glad as I am to see you safely at home again, Locklear, I can't say that my nose is well pleased. I thought we had broken you and Senor James of clambering around in the sewers. You know the way of old habits, Highness. We encountered a bit of trouble with the gates, and so I chose a more expedient, though somewhat more disagreeable path. It came to a happy end, however. James told us to send word that he's well and would see you in the morning. Incurable sewer rats, the both of you. Shall have to order that each of you be accompanied by a score of washing maidens to keep you presentable enough for court. Welcome home, Lockie. Thank you. As happy as I am to be here, I'm afraid I come with bad news from the Northlands. I expected as much. With the false Nighthawks prowling my streets above and below, it could only mean the Moradel are up to their old mischief. What do you know? Motioning to Gorath, Locklear introduced the former Moradel chieftain with a wave. Slowly, Gorath lowered his hood. The gasps and startled reactions of those crowding the hall helped mask the stealthy entrance of the second Moradel in the chamber, this one armed with a longbow. Assassin, get down! Right into the palace. Damn. Alright, we will deal with this next time. Don't worry about it. Blah, 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 blah. That was just chapter 1? Yes, there are 9 chapters in this game. The last chapter is very, very short, and there's 2 chapters that are otherwise very short. Hurry up and quit talking. I want to save, damn it. It's true. The problem is that... did it save automatically? It did not. So I'll get back to that point just before so that we can start there next time. But suffice to say, we don't have Owen and we now have James. So, that will all make sense shortly. But this is Betrayal at Krondor. What is the actual betrayal? I don't know. I think they just came up with the name and we're like, yeah, that's cool. We will be playing more of this next week, next Monday. This Friday, I will not be streaming, but I will be streaming on Saturday with Tyler. We should be playing XCOM Files. I can't do Friday because I'm going to be recording with Space. We're going to be playing a new game to go up on the channel. Excuse me. So, thanks everybody so much for watching. Hope you have a great night and a great weekend. And I will see you all next time.